you might just hear the Romano come out and say, Nicolas Pepe, new 2-year deal, blah, blah, blah. We run some like...
Let's cover some news. Nicolas Pepe, the guy that we thought would be long gone by now. Nicolas Pepe, by all accounts, those that have reported it today at the time of recording have said that he is making a quote-unquote miraculous U-turn. and on the 22nd of August, that's Tuesday this week, he will sit down, him and his representatives with Arteta and whatsoever, and they will basically look to plan out his future, his return to the club. And some have said he maybe understands his role now, understudy for Saka. And yeah, from where it looked like this was going, where, you know, we were talking about mutual terminations of contracts, moving to Besiktas and all of this kind of thing. Yeah, big U-turn. What was your thoughts on this reported story?
Yeah, on like a personal level, I'm a fan of the guy. I not to say he didn't have shortcomings, but I think again he had so many qualities which can be used in the right settings. I think he's a good understudy for Saka, and it'll be just good to see if he can really fit in this now Arteta team with quality players. Can he fit? Can he do the hard work as well? On like a macro level, I don't know where he fits in, my bro. We're already seeing, I know they're kind of fringe players, but Holding, Cedric, Tierney. I'm sure there's even some others I'm not thinking about. Jesus is injured. Zinchenko in and out of the team. And then there's all these other players who are on the bench or not getting on. Trossard's still there. You know, if you think about our wide options, Nelson's back from injury now. Where does he fit? What about minutes? And I think that's just the big thing, because we're worried about minutes for Smith Rowe. We're worried about minutes for Vieira. Somebody's got to, like, a couple people have got to go.
Yeah.
And again, are we banking on Pepe to be better than these people? I know we still got just over a week or so till the market ends, and I feel like someone's going to go. Someone we don't want to, or someone a bit surprising is going to go, either on loan or there's going to be a transfer. But we can't carry this team into it. My hunch is that it'll probably end in maybe some sort of mutual termination or another loan with like a small fee as our transfer fee, because then it will be a free transfer after that. I would love him to stay, but I just don't see where he's going to squeeze in with all the attacking options we have now. But I would love for it to work out. How that would be, I think we need another episode.
Yeah. Like with Pepe, what I've always screamed since we got rid of Aubameyang, we're saying we don't have a striker. Why have we never tried this guy down the middle? Like, again, it's the French league, but he played down the middle, whether it was a striker or number 10, for his previous team, Lille, at times. Like, he done that. Why have we never tried him there? And even now, when we're in the midst of, we don't know when our striker necessarily coming back, that should be another option. That's a more technical option, a more silkier option than Nketiah for sure. Pepe knows where the goal is as well. I think it would be more fair to bring in as a backup, sell Balogun if that's what you're gonna do, and then at least it is another striking option. I know some people we like seeing Trossard there. Not to say Pepe is massive compared to Trossard, but he's bigger than Trossard in it. Like, and then can do some other, just give us another angle going forward if he gets an opportunity to play there. And his opportunity to play there may just be Carling Cup, like something like that, just to go out and just lead the front line, someone with experience, someone with a bit of techers. I agree with you. It's probably largely unfair to play him on the wing in front of all the names you mentioned previously, but striking I think should definitely be an option. I guess the only other thing that comes into discussion is that if this guy's contract ends next season, why are you investing minutes into him? But that's why I think maybe as a striker, as a third choice option, would at least be the most fairest place to look. If we need him, he's there, end of the contract, he leaves, because we're clearly not going to shell out that money for him to stay, or whatever the case may be. But for me, he stays. For me, he definitely stays. We've got new challenges this season. That Champions League is frightening me.
I hear you.
It is frightening me with the level. Like, obviously, we've become accustomed to not being there for so many years. We've seen the likes of Real Madrid just win it on the spin, like year after year after year. And I'm just thinking, some of the talents in this team, like, yes, we have these as well. But if our first choices in these positions get injured, who is that special player we can bring off the bench that can create that moment of magic on a Wednesday night? You see what I mean? Like, I feel like we need them. So I'm happy to hear Pepe wants to say, but I guess like the conundrum is, like you're saying, is in actuality, where does he fit?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating because we had these. Well, yeah, I'm sure we've probably had these conversations back from the yesteryears of Lacazette up top, and when he was not really doing it, and talking about trying Pepe up front, and we didn't see it. And obviously, it feels like a lost cause now. Like, now that we've even got Havertz, who he seems happier to play up top. But I think about the chance that Eddie made for himself today when he's turned, and I'm like, Pepe does that in his sleep. Like, we see when his first season, how many times he got the ball and did that fluid shoulder drop past the player, and he's in, you know. And I just think that sort of thing would be so great in the team. And like you said, I'm not saying he's gonna have to get like minutes in the Premier League or anything like that. Like I said, maybe it's a Carling Cup, maybe it's a FA Cup, you know, maybe if there's injuries, he's on the bench in the Champions League game, and understanding his role. Like you said, the thing is with the contract, and why are you putting minutes into someone who's going? Well, yeah, that's why I just don't see any world where we extend the contract. There's 140 bags.
No way.
It's either there's a crazy change of heart and he signs like another 2-year deal and he's definitely in the team, or like I said, I just think it's going to be a mutual termination, or he goes out on loan. But it's a shame because I just feel he does have that spark, and I know he went to, is it Nice?
Sorry, wait. So you don't even believe in this reported story that he's made a U-turn? You think he'll still leave before the transfer window closes?
I think there's a U-turn, but I don't think it's. I just think once maybe Arteta and the team think about it, and even Pepe and his team, I just don't see the resolution. Is okay. He stays this season, and he plays the minutes that are available to him. Why are we putting minutes into someone who's going to go for a free transfer? Okay, we give him a new contract. We've been on this 140 contract. He hasn't been playing in the team. The season before he went on loan, Arteta was barely using him. Like, we were crying out for him to use him from time to time, and he didn't. 140 grand just being wasted like that, not being used. Then he's gone on loan. We've had to still pay a percentage of his wage. Now you're going to give him another contract. It's not going to work. I just don't see it. It's not even like a Rob Holding thing where, okay, Rob Holding's on like 60, 70k or something like that. This guy's on big wages, and it's either you get him off or you commit to him again. And with the talent that we've got in, and again, that means someone else is going to have to go, because this is another player who we weren't even considering. I just can't see it. But for me, I would do my best to make a way, because I feel like if we can just harness that special ability in more smaller moments, come off the bench, make something happen, these smaller games, even in Europe, where I feel like he'd probably do well, because he did quite well for us in Europa League from what I remember. So yeah, but I don't see it happening, unfortunately. But who knows? I might be surprised. You might just hear the Romano come out and say, Nicolas Pepe, new 2-year deal, blah blah blah. We run some like a Raya loan deal or something, where it's like he signs a 1-year deal, goes on loan to Besiktas for 5 million, and then there's an active buy clause for, you know what I mean? We try to make some savvy deal, but outside of that, I don't see a future for him. But I wish there was. I really do.
I mean, like I say, this U-turn for me I just see it being for the season. I don't see any contract coming out of this for him. This is just a way to amicably end your Arsenal career. We need players in. Maybe they're looking at the likes of Kudus and all of these other players they've spoken about in attacking areas, and it's, you know, financially we're not getting out players quick enough to have money to sign players. So got Pepe there. He could be an option. Let's just keep him around, give him certain assurances, whatever those can be minute wise. It won't be attractive, but it's something. And then at the end of next season, you leave. He clearly doesn't want to accept any, you know, ibby deal that's been offered to him. So it's like, just stick to what you know for one more year, and then maybe the landscape is a bit better.
We'll see what happens.
I don't feel any contract is coming out from this, but a U-turn is what we may see. Who knows?
Indeed.